My name is Una and I'm looking after my mum. My mum has lived with me for the last 22 years, but over the last 5 years she has been diagnosed with dementia and it's been steadily getting worse, and I've been looking after her full time for 2 years now. I think the main challenge is being having to be available 24/7, and I think if you're the main carer, sometimes I feel, well, Mum says to me that she only feels safe when I'm around, so that if you're not there, there's a guilt there as well, and it's very hard when you've known somebody for so long not to have just a kind of when the relationship changes, it's very difficult to deal with that because you're trying to speak to a person who doesn't speak to you the same way as they used to before. And that can be hard. And you're trying to answer these questions over and over and over again all day. And sometimes it's hard not to get annoyed, and that's why you need to get a break, because they don't mean it. They don't know that they asked you the question 2 minutes ago. And so from that point of view, you need to get away, count to 10 or whatever, go off, have a cup of coffee out the back. Well, it helps when Mum goes to the daycare centre. It means that when I drop her there, then I can head off and I have the couple of hours then to do whatever I need to do. I know that she's well looked after there, so I don't need to worry for those hours and I've got that time that I can, I can have my hair cut, or I can go and have lunch with somebody. But I know I'm free until 3 o'clock. So when it came to trying to get away for holidays, I didn't really have many options. So I was looking at respite care, and I felt that was the best, so that my brother and I then could get away for holidays at the same time, hopefully. And it was, I didn't know what to do really. I spoke to people in the Alzheimer's Society. I spoke to the local public health nurse, and I got loads of forms and I filled them all out, got the GP to sign them and sent them in. And then I eventually got a phone call from the HSE, I think it was. And I spoke to the lady there and she asked whether Mum would like a room on her own or to share a room. And so depending on, I said I thought she'd like a room on her own. So that then meant she had to go to a particular place. So it was a local place, but I have friends who are nurses. So I asked them what they thought the best place was. And they said that they felt the nursing care in a particular place was superior to others. So that was the one that I opted for Mum. But it wasn't easy, and I suppose I do have a nursing background and I have friends in that area. So, but it was work checking everything out and getting all the forms filled out, and then not really knowing whether you should go for an Alzheimer type, like people where they're only dementia, or what really you could get. And you do feel kind of guilty asking for it as well. But I think the first time round, it was everybody in the neighbourhood knew she was going in, because I was just my stomach was sick about it. The people in the pharmacy knew, because you have to get the copy of the prescription to go in, the GP. Everybody knew. She was there for a week and she seemed to get on okay. And then going back for 2 weeks. But it actually is quite a lot of work as well, putting people into respite, because I was just sewing labels onto her clothes and making sure she had everything for a week. And then when it came to her going in for 2 weeks, it's a lot of work, but then you can relax, because it's the only time. Even if you go out for an evening, you're wondering, did you get our tablets? You're depending on somebody else to do something all the time. But in respite, you're depending on paid professionals, and that's easier to do. You can relax. You genuinely can relax when they're in respite. I think it does the person that you're caring for more good if you take a break than not taking a break, because you can't be a carer 24/7. You have to have a break, and you can't be on the top of your game, sort of looking after somebody if you don't get time for yourself. You need a little bit of time to do things. It's very hard, I do think, when you become a carer, either you don't become, as I've said before, you don't become a saint overnight, nor do you get the patience of one, you know. So you have to, you know, sort of give yourself a break and allow yourself and think that that's okay. You know, it's not fair to expect yourself to be perfect, because nobody really is perfect at this. We're all just trying to do our best and do our best for whoever we're looking after.